Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. In today's video, I will be doing my TBR for May. If this is a video that interests you, please continue watching my video. So as you can see, I am sitting a little bit off center because I do have 3 of the books that I want to read in May with me currently. I will have 3 other books that will be coming in May in my faith box as well as my bookcase club. So they are kind of my mystery books that will be joining these 3. So let's get started with what these are. This one right here is from my I think it is March unboxing of, might be April. This may be April's book. I know I've been getting off track with my books. I have not had a chance to read this one. It's called If, Trading Your If Only Regrets for God's What If Possibilities by Mark Batterson. I have not gotten a chance to really read this one yet. Just been very hectic here in this last month or so, getting over illnesses in March, which threw me off and put me behind for April. I'm unboxing this as well as getting a chance to read it because I've been focused on some other things. So this is why I'm putting this book into the TBR books. I have enjoyed several of the books. If you are unfamiliar with the Faith Box, it is a Christian service, a subscription box service that I do. And if you're curious about them, I have quite a few unboxings on my channel since January, I believe. So if you're interested in that service or those videos, I will have them linked up in the cards as well as down below as well. So you might be interested in checking those out. All that stands between you and your wildest dreams is one little if. That tiny 2-letter word is the hinge on the door of possibilities. Some of us are stuck in if only, living lives marked by regret. But God can turn your if-only regrets into a what-if attitude, a faith that looks forward to the future with holy confidence. There are 1,784 ifs in the Bible. The most significant, if God is for us, who can be against us? It's the game changer. God is always on our side, every day in every way. That one little if changes everything. With his trademark enthusiasm and contagious joy, Mark Batterson helps you overcome feelings of guilt, fear, and doubt because in Christ there is no condemnation. Unpacking the promises of Romans 8, he shows you how to transform your if-only regrets into what-if possibilities. Okay? And because of that, the possibilities for your life are limitless. Okay? So again, very much into this. I think the whole month of April has been about doubts. Again, I have not been very good on my faith journey here this month, the last couple of months for sure. Just life has gotten in the way, and unfortunately, that's a horrendous excuse to have not continued on with that journey. Okay, the middle book. This is from March. This is from my bookcase club. And what I love about that one, if you want to watch some of my other unboxings of the bookcase clubs, it gives me different authors that I've not read before in different genres. This book is in the thriller genre that I last got before I changed out into a different genre. I've not read this one. It is The White Mirror by Elsa Hart. I'm hoping I'm going to have better thoughts about this book. I will have, hopefully before this one goes up, a review on the last thriller book that came in with this book, and it wasn't the best review. I'm sorry. But you go check that one out. Again, I'll have it maybe linked up here and down below, my reviews on that. You know, and it's pretty much, when you're reviewing books, you try to be objective about it, but there's also some subjective things about it as well, and your personal thoughts and feelings towards books. So hopefully I can get into this book. The last couple of books that I've gotten, I struggled with in this particular genre. So hoping to enjoy this book so I can give you a recommendation whether to read it up, pick it up to read, not read it up, pick it up to read, or possibly stay away. So that is what this one, hopefully my positive thoughts can go into this. This is, again, set in the past. It is somewhere in Asia. This is Li Du, an imperial librarian, and former exile in 18th century China, is now an independent traveler. He is journeying with a trade caravan bound for Lhasa when a detour brings them to a high valley hidden between mountain passes. On the icy planks of an old wooden bridge, a monk sits in silent contemplation. Closer inspection reveals that the monk is dead, apparently of a self-inflicted wound. His robes are rent, revealing a mysterious symbol painted on his chest. When the rain turns to snow, the caravan is forced to seek hospitality from the local lord while they wait for the storm to pass. Li Du receives a courteous welcome at the manor built into the mountain. The dead monk, he soon learns, was a reclusive painter who lived alone in a nearby temple. According to the family, his bizarre suicide is not surprising, given his obsession with the demon world. But Li Du is convinced that all is not as it seems. Why did the caravan leader detour to this particular valley? Why does the Lord's skittish heir sleep in the barn like a servant? Why is an Italian missionary convinced that there is a lost Christian kingdom in Tibet? And who is the mysterious woman traveling unescorted through the mountain wilds? These are dangerous times and dangerous roads. Political tension is escalating among the Emperor of China, the King of Tibet in Lhasa, and the Mongols in the north. Bandits roam the trade routes, trapped in the snow, surrounded by secrets and an unexplained grief that haunts the manor. Li Du cannot distract himself from memories he has tried to leave behind. As he discovers irrefutable evidence of the painter's murder and pieces together the dark circumstances of his death, Li Du must face the reason he will not go home and ultimately the reason he must. Okay, so again, this does sound intriguing. So hopefully, again, some positive mojo thinking to go into this book. So hopefully I can come back and review and give you a good recommendation for this one. Okay. All right, so the very last third book that I have physically with me, this is from the April paranormal / romance genre that I did pick up. This is called The Secret Ingredient of Wishes. This is a novel by Susan Bishop Criswell. And I did actually pick this up a little bit, but again, it's more so going to be May because here we are at the very end of April. So it's going to be going into my May TBR, but I'm getting a slight bit ahead on reading it because I, again, got behind in my April readings. Yay! So hopefully by doing these TBRs is going to encourage me to keep on top of my reading as long as I'm not ill. But sometimes even then I'll read to take my mind off of how unwell I am feeling. All right, so this is what this book is about. 26-year-old Rachel Monroe has spent her whole life trying to keep a very unusual secret. She can make wishes come true, and sometimes the consequences are disastrous. So when Rachel accidentally grants an outlandish wish for the first time in years, she decides it's time to leave her hometown and her past behind for good. Rachel isn't on the road for long before she runs out of gas in a town that's not on her map, Nowhere, North Carolina, also known as the town of Lost and Found. In Nowhere, Rachel is taken in by a Spitfire old woman, Catch, who possesses a strange gift of her own. She can bind secrets by baking them into pies. Rachel also meets Catch's neighbor, Ash, a Southern gentleman with a complicated past who makes her want to believe in happily ever after for the first time in her life. As she settles into the small town, Rachel hopes her own secrets will stay hidden. But wishes start piling up everywhere she goes. When the consequences threaten to ruin everything she's begun to build in Nowhere, Rachel must come to terms with who she is and what she can do, or risk losing the people she's starting to love and her chance at happiness all over again. Okay, so that is The Secret Ingredient of Wishes. Okay. So again, those are the 3 physical novels that I have to put into my TBR currently. Again, I will have my 3 mystery books coming in that will also go into this rotation with these 3 books as well. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And until I see you again in my next video, I hope you have a good one. Bye.